There's a quiet stress that people carry right now. You work, you pay your bills, you do what you're told to do. But every month, rent takes a big chunk of your life that it just feels like you're just running in place. Not building, not getting ahead, just surviving. And the scary part is not even the number on the lease. It's realizing that year after year, you're getting older and you're still not stable. Start asking yourself questions that you never expected to ask. Why does it feel this hard just to live? Did I mess something up? Am I missing something here? And nobody says this out loud, but rent is the one thing that makes living seem impossible.
but charging almost $3,000 for one bedroom. And who in the hell are affording to move into these ridiculously high, overpriced, expensive apartments?
You see it all the time. People making 60, 70, even $80,000 a year, still living paycheck to paycheck and still delaying life.
Because there's no way that I can't find a one bedroom, one bathroom for lower than $2,300 that's actually decent. No roaches, no rats.
Rent prices jumping up hundreds of dollars overnight, one bedroom apartments feeling like luxury items, and entire cities just pricing people out. And the most common reaction isn't anger, it's shame. People assume that it's personal failure, but it's not.
You would very literally not believe me if I told you how many times my account has been negative 3 days before my rent is due. And by the way, my rent is over $3,000.
Here's what's actually happening, and this part matters. Rent didn't just get expensive. Rent became detached from reality. For decades, housing slowly shifted from being shelter to being an investment vehicle. Landlords weren't just covering costs anymore. Cities weren't designed for affordability anymore. Housing became something to extract from, not something to support life. Wages stayed mostly flat, costs didn't. And then something more subtle happened. People normalized it. We normalized spending 40-50% of our income just to exist. We normalized the idea that adulthood means permanent financial stress. We normalized never feeling secure. So instead of questioning the system, people question themselves. I should have chosen a better career, or I should have worked harder, should have got a better job. I must be behind, it's me. That internal pressure is what actually breaks people, not the rent itself. But here's what's really messing with my head. I realized that it's not about how bad the rent is in the US. It's realizing that it's not like that everywhere. And really, almost nobody talks about that. Not because it's not true or they don't believe it, but because once you see it, it forces very uncomfortable questions. At one point, I started looking at rent outside of the United States, not out of excitement, but disbelief. Places like Vietnam, the Dominican Republic, not luxury penthouses, not influencer lifestyles, just normal apartments. Modern, clean, safe, walkable, for $400, $500, $700 a month. And what shocked me wasn't the price, it was the feeling. Rent wasn't dominating life. You could breathe, you could save, you weren't constantly behind. Life didn't suddenly become perfect when I went to the Dominican Republic, but it stopped feeling like a constant uphill fight. And that contrast alone forces a question most people never ask. Is the stress we feel actually normal or just familiar? Now, this is the part most videos skip. I won't. But living abroad isn't easy mode. There's culture shock, language barriers, distance from family, visa uncertainty, moments where you feel very alone. You don't just move and win, you adapt, you sacrifice. You sacrifice comfort in different ways, and it's not for everyone. Some people value proximity to family more than financial relief. Some people thrive in familiarity. Some people don't want instability in exchange for lower costs, and that's completely valid. This isn't about saying the US is bad or Vietnam is better or Dominican Republic is better. It's about acknowledging trade-offs honestly, not selling dreams. This isn't telling you that you have to stay. It's not telling you that you have to leave. This is just making sure that you are aware. Because once you realize that rent doesn't have to be like this, that right there is power. And you can stop blaming yourself.